Um, all right, you guys. So, one more quick video. I'm going to talk about um, not the last video I just did, but the video I did before of, I guess it was a couple months ago, my last video of the airport threat that we had here in Charleston. It turned out to be a suspicious bomb um, package, which made them clear out the airport on 11/11. And I'll talk about the guy that was responsible for it. So I did want to do an update to that. I have to pull up the news article. I remember hearing it here on the news about his arraignment and how they located him and captured him. This Audible that I want to share is from a sister. She's not on YouTube, and I don't think that I've shared with her. Well, I told her, of course, after she told me her Audible that she had on like New Year's Eve or a couple of days before that. We talked a couple of days before New Year's Eve. So actually, I don't know when this happened, but December 30th. So this happened the day after she got that Audible. So the Audible she had was on like December 29th. Maybe December 28th, but I'm pretty sure December 29th. And the Lord told her to um, watch the airplanes, watch the airplanes. So when she said that, I told her that I've done several videos because the Lord has told me, if you've been here on my channel for a while, the Lord told me that this thing with Boeing would be a ongoing thing. Okay, an ongoing problem. And it all began with me having a vision of that first airplane crash. Okay, you guys. Well, it wasn't a crash. It was the engine failed, and part of the propeller or something hit the window and broke out the window in that particular plane. And that's kind of how it all began with them having problems. So I've made a few videos about it, but the Lord gave me two additional visions, basically that the 737, 787, and military helicopters or military planes were uh, it just would be something going on with them. And we've had a lot of instances like the Black Hawk Down came down probably about 6 months ago or more, probably more than that, doing the exercise training, so on and so forth. So this thing with Boeing has been ongoing, and the ongoing vision, and also eventually included military aircraft. Okay, so this was the first thing, and when she had the Audible, and I know this was probably some type of like I said, it was in the airport and so on and so forth. And I don't think it had anything to do with the plane, just from my remembrance. But when I saw it, I said, okay, here we go again. Because the Lord told me, He said, this is going to be an ongoing thing with Boeing and their airplanes, their aircrafts. And then December 29th, looks like the day before, um, I guess they got clearance to go back. Okay, 737 Max got clearance to go back into the air. And people were nervous. I remember seeing this on my local news that people were nervous that it got clearance to go back into the air. And then, let's see, January 7th, the news came out about Boeing, a criminal charge. Let's see, let me read it. Boeing has entered into an agreement with the Department of Justice to resolve a criminal charge related to a conspiracy to defraud the FAA. Okay? in connection to the evaluation of this 737 Max airplane, and they paid out all these people. They paid money. They paid out all this money to the people, including the family members and relatives of the Ethiopian airplane crash, and I forget the. This one says the Lion Air flight. I forget where that was, and the Ethiopian Airlines flight. So this came out January 7th, that they paid all this money um, to the victims of the family. And there's more. I don't have my glasses down here, you guys, but I have the screenshot. And then we have this. Okay, the Indonesian jetline crash after takeoff that just apparently disappeared. Okay, um, I didn't watch any videos on it. I don't think. I think I just heard bits and pieces. But Indonesia, they have had a history of just, I guess, airline disasters. The point of it is, you guys, please pray as you're traveling. I know traveling has gone down um, since the pandemic, but pray. This really troubled me when I got the visions. I think it was 2 or 3 visions that this would be an ongoing problem. But the thing was, during those, the last couple of years, the first thing I saw was on the anniversary of the first problem that caused the propeller to hit the window and bust the window. I remember I had that open vision. I was like, Lord, what's going on? You know, I just didn't know, of course, at the time that this would be an ongoing problem. But I remember on the anniversary of that first incident, that before the plane crashes, that the co-pilot, which was a female and she was also a believer, said that the Lord basically guided her on how to land that plane. Okay, and that gave me a breath, a fresh breath of air. I didn't know. We didn't hear anything about the pilots at the time, I don't think. And definitely not about her being female, and of course not about her being a believer. But the point was that she prayed and she depended and relied on the Lord to help her navigate the landing of that plane and get people off safely. So if nothing else, if you do have to travel and if you do plan to travel, pray. Pray. Have other solicit prayers from others, because at the end of the day, the Lord is in control. If you pray and you have solicit prayers of others who know you're traveling, pray for traveling mercy and coverage. The Lord can do anything. All right. I wanted to put out her word. She's not on YouTube, but I will tell her that I made a video of it. She doesn't care, but she didn't know. I don't think she knew, because she's not on YouTube, and I can't always share everything with everyone personally that I put out on YouTube, because when it comes, I want to try to make videos of it. But when she told me that her Audible was, the Lord told her to keep an eye on the airplanes. I just thought it was interesting. We know in part, we prophesy in part, and everybody has a piece of the puzzle. She doesn't really even watch alternative news, so she doesn't really know all the stuff that's been going on over the last couple of years with the aircrafts, including the military. Okay, you guys, pray always when traveling. Is nothing we can do. If you have to travel for work or have to travel for family, it's just like we can't not use our credit cards because we know that it's taking us to the beast system. It's not like we can't. It's we're in this world, but we're not of this world. And some things we just cannot get around until we leave here. Okay, pray, and hopefully I'll be back. Pray over the military too. pray over the military, you guys. I have family in the military. I think that will be one of the videos that I make. Something happened in Armenia, and it tied into war popping off in September. It tied into a dream that I had that it was only a little piece of it left, and I think it may tie into some type of aircraft being falling apart or something. I can't remember, you guys. I know I haven't watched any videos on it, so I don't know quite what happened in Armenia to start off some type of war. But I know that it tied in to the time period, the time marker that the Lord gave me about some type of war happening, and it may even tie into this as far as aircraft. Okay, you guys? Come back and talk with you later.